What we're going to be doing is getting this field finished. I'm then going to try and lay out the headlands on the next field. Once we've done that, we'll send a hired worker off. He or she will then turn head of the headland, and then we can go and fill in the headland afterwards. Meanwhile, we're going to try and get the stone picker on this field here and get at least one of these fields picked today. If we can do that, then that's going to get us nicely ahead. Hello and welcome along and welcome back to No Man's Land. We have a lot of ploughing to do today. It is the third day in July. We are heading into August next month, and with that we should end up with a whole load of canola to harvest, which is going to be absolutely brilliant, and I'm looking forward to that. So we've got that to harvest next time. Something we do have this time is that we're a bit short on water in our greenhouse. We're a bit short on it in one of our gardens, although it's in the green, so I'm not too worried about that. But our other one, our tomatoes one, is short on water, so I want to give a bit of water to both of those today. And the plan is that if we can get both of those functioning a bit better, what we'll be able to do is then get a whole load of seeds, because they're getting a bit low on seeds as well. But I'm looking to do that when we are reseeding our fields as well. So there's that to do as well. So it's a fairly busy day today in our clearing up from post-harvest or post-barley harvest continuing. There we go. We'll fill this up. I'm only going to put one tank in both because it does hold 2,000 odd litres. And yeah, we should get our farm turned around quite nicely. One other thing I haven't checked is the state of our chickens. But our chickens have plenty of food. And to be honest, we've got a whole load of barley in our grain stores that we can give them as well. So I'm going to go give the water to our garden and our greenhouse, and then we're going to hook the plough up and start tackling our fields. We've got a fair amount of crop hanging around here at the moment at both of our gardens. We've got a full set of pallets of tomatoes, and looking in here, I think we've got, we've got 3,500 litres of tomatoes sitting in there. Looking at the potatoes, wow, we have 21,000 litres of potatoes being stored at the moment. And then we are, no lettuce being stored. Oh yeah, the lettuce is still producing. So, wow, we got a lot of potatoes here. 21,000 litres sitting in here, along with another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 boxes. So, yeah, nearly 30,000 litres of potatoes. That's quite a large amount. Should be worth quite a bit of money come the end of the year, but we've got to be careful. We want to make sure that we are going to not run out of space. Because if we do that, of course, they're not going to be producing any further. And I kind of want to go, I'm going to have a look in a minute and see when the best price for selling potatoes is. Because if we're going to be producing this many potatoes, we are going to need a decent sized trailer to load them into to get them sold later in the year. Either a decent sized flatbed or just a decent sized bulk trailer that either of our tractors can pull. So it looks like we're going to get an entire field's worth of crop of potatoes out of this, which is absolutely perfect. That is going to make a big difference to us. Now, where is my plough? There it is. So, yeah, this is the first time we've had this tractor on the plough. It is slightly more powerful than our little tractor. We do actually have in the shop again another tractor on offer and for sale. However, it is a Zetor. And it's the Zetor 4 Terra, which has come up a couple of times recently. And it is, not enough horsepower and too much money. So we'll be leaving that for now. But certainly we're keeping an eye out for a Massey And especially if it comes over the winter, when we have a little bit more money spare after selling stuff. That's when we're going to be looking to either add a third tractor or replace this one. So there are a lot of, yeah, we're keeping our eye out, and once again hoping something doesn't turn up until we're actually ready to buy it. So my hope today is that we are going to be able to get this field, both these fields, sorry, ploughed, and with any luck destoned as well. Start filling up our lime crusher, or our stone crusher, so that we have lime to sell again this year. And we're looking to do better than we did last year with the lime. What we want to do is actually go and sell it ourselves. Fill up a trailer, go sell it ourselves, and make the money that way. We learned the hard way, I think, that selling it directly just does not produce any cash. It was a pitiful amount we got for the lime this year. So hopefully we'll get her a better amount next year. Now, looking at the price, what is the price we're expecting for lime if we go and sell it straight to the shop? See, it's 1,600 to sell at the moment. Price fluctuations, yeah, in May, September, and November. So we're looking to get all of our ploughing and stoning and all the lime crushed and done by November. We should get a high selling price at that point, and make a decent amount of money from it at that time. Comments on whether I should be using precision farming or not on this farm. It tends to be fairly split on this series. Personally, I've come to the conclusion that I don't really want to use precision farming on here, and I'll explain why. It's mainly because this feels a very much more rustic farm than either Haute-Baileron or on the Old Stream Farm. Old Stream Farm, I'm not planning to use it simply because it doesn't have any effect on grapes at all, so it seems fairly pointless to have it running on there. Haute-Baileron, though, we are beginning to explore what that means and how precision farming affects our farming on there. And it also helps to therefore distance this series from that one where we're doing crops and things like that. The other thing, I'm quite moving away from precision farming. The other thing I'm quite pleased about on this series is how diverse our farming is. We have a huge amounts of crops in a very small amount of space. I mean, we've got tomatoes and lettuce and potatoes and canola and barley, and we're just making a really great diverse setup here that it makes us money. And the other thing about not using precision farming on here is that it means that the stones and the lime are a crop for us as well, and it doesn't affect our output on the other crops. So I kind of like that. I kind of like that it doesn't put any weight on the fact that we are ploughing, and the reason why we're ploughing is not so much for the crops, but to make sure that we've got the stones coming in and can keep that income coming that way. So yeah, it's another reason really why I'm not putting precision farming on here is because we make money from ploughing in essence, and I don't want to really be heading into doing the forestry on here, because as I said, I'm trying to approach it from a different way. So yeah, the stones very much are part of that. That is most of the field done. We just got the headland at this end to do, and like normal, it's taken me longer than I originally expected to get it done. However, one of the great things now is that we are able to set a hired worker doing stuff. So what we're going to be doing is getting this field finished and done and dusted. I'm then going to try and lay out the headlands. Just get that little bit. There we go. Try and lay out the headlands on the next field. And once we've done that, we'll set a hired worker off. Hopefully, he or she will then turn ahead of the headland where we want them to, and then we can go and fill in the headland afterwards. Meanwhile, we're going to try and get the stone picker on this field here and get at least one of these fields picked today. If we can do that, then that's going to get us nicely ahead. August is looking to be a fairly busy month, so looks like we're going to be using a hired worker again to do some of the work in August, just to get things maybe like some seeding done of the canola, get that nice and early in while we cart with the other tractor, and bits and pieces like that. So yeah, having 2 tractors now is making a big difference to our efficiency on here, and I'm loving it. It means that we're much more relaxed about how much work there is to do. And I think going into the new year, we are absolutely going to be ready to extend the farm into another area on this map. Okay, so I have laid 2 headland plows, or 2 headland furrows out down the field. Actually, that wants to be the other way around. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to try and set the hired worker off so that they stay within these 2 lines. And if we can get them to do that, then that'll be great. We can then preserve our headlands and know exactly where our headlands are. Not that it matters hugely with us going over with the stone picker, but it's just a good way to do things, really. And hopefully she keeps this nice and clean. So down with that. Field not owned. Oh, right. What I'm going to have to do then is just do 1 line across the top here, because it's not recognizing that. Well, I am right at the edge of our land here. So in order to make sure that it's not going to have a problem with this, we'll do 1 strip across the top here, and then that should keep everything nicely in bounds and nice and happy with the hired worker doing the rest of it. But yeah, hopefully it'll stay within these 2 lines as I just have, and then we can come and do the headlands and get those properly done once the field has been ploughed in the middle. So down we go there and hire a worker. And away she goes. So I've got the little Massey, and we're just going to hook it up to the stone picker here. Should be fine on this. Well, we've had it on this before, and we're going across the slope, so that should be all good. And yeah, there we go. All hooked up. Right, and we can head down to the field and get picking. So yeah, looks like our plough isn't sticking inside the line I set. It's going over it. Never mind. We tried. It's not working. Right, let's unfold this then and line it up along the side of this field here, and we can get picking the stones, and hopefully we're going to get a good number of stones. Does the hired worker produce stones? I hope it does. At least I'll know where the headlands are so that I can go over them because of that spot there. Yeah, it does. That's good. Having said everything I said earlier about why we have stones on here and the fact that they bring us in cash, I think it's going to very much depend on where we are by the end of this year. We are at 308 litres of stones off this field now. That is not a huge amount. I was hoping that we might get about 1,000 litres per field, and we're not going to. That very much at the moment is highly unlikely. Well, no, it's just not going to happen. We would have to have a ridiculous amount of stones left on this field, which just aren't here. So we might hit 500 litres if we're lucky, and if we're hitting 500 litres on this field, we might hit 2,000 litres overall. That would be about 9,000 litres in total off 4 fields this year. And if we get 9,000 litres of lime off here. That's about £12,000. So yeah, it's not a huge amount of money. In fact, no, what's that? That's about £13,500, which is not a huge amount of money considering this effort. It kind of pays for this bit of kit in 2 years if we sell at the full price. But that is a lot of money to break even on here for something we don't need to do. Because we don't actually need to dredge up enough stones to stone pick. We have a roller, we could cultivate, and we could push the stones in. Could push the stones back in if they're small ones. So yeah, it really is a case of, is it worth it for that? We would, if we made that amount of money this year, we would make back what we've lost on this bit of kit. So it cost 25,000. It's now, our bit here is worth 12. So yeah, it's an interesting conundrum I think we've got. Is this worth the time and effort, or should we just cultivate this? And if we do, the thing we have got then is we're going to have to buy a weeder. And a weeder is not cheap either. Where's our weeders? Ploughs, cultivators, harrows, subsoilers, spaders, seeders. Weeders, there we go. Even the smallest weeder here is 9,500. So, yeah, it's still less than this. But, of course, we don't get any money back for it. Other than the fact that we get a little bit of a higher yield. It's just gone 7 PM in-game, and we have got our last clump of stones. A total of 435 litres off this field. So, yeah, not a huge amount at all. We are... we have a slightly disappointing amount of lime off it, or a slightly disappointing amount of stones. 3.5 times that is around 650-ish litres of lime we should get out of this. At the current price, or the expected price, that's worth about £1,000. No, that's worth, yeah, about £1,000. So, not a huge amount of money off here. This is not looking like it's worth it, if I'm honest. There's the howl. I think that's telling us it's getting late. It is, as I say, it is 7:15. Oh, that sends chills down my spine every time I hear it. Hopefully by the time this is unloaded, our other tractor should be finished. We're going to leave this on the tractor because I need to get the other field stone picked next time. It's just adding to our jobs that we have in autumn, that. So, or in August. So, yeah, even more work to do in August now. But, yeah, I'm going to go and collect the hired worker. That's not going to be too far from finished. And then we just need to get that field de-stoned next time. Once we've done that, we can look at getting our harvest finished. So, we'll see how we go. We might even start getting that field planted and turning that round quickly. For now, though, we're going to leave this here. So all that remains is for me to say thank you for watching. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, drop us a comment, and give it a share. Special thanks to all my patrons and channel members. Your support is invaluable in making these videos and helping the channel to grow. For more from Virtual Farmer, check out the links below, follow on Twitch to watch live, and for more videos, subscribe and ring that bell. I will see you next time. Goodbye.